Hi, it's Gail with Traders Help Desk. This is the trade I'm in on the euro. We're at the ATR, and it looks like it is providing resistance, so I went short, and I'm going to pause the screen, and we'll see what happens. And some of you may wonder how I pick my trades, and it's really simple with the radar screen. And you can see here we have price at an ATR, prices at an ATR, prices at a congestion dot. If we go over to these, you see the USD, Swiss franc prices at a congestion dot. You know, this makes picking your trades really simple because the only place I enter is anytime it's at a congestion dot or at an ATR. Then I simply go down in time to look for signs that the price is going to move in that direction. So for example, we're at an ATR on the 45-minute Euro US dollar. When you look up to the 12-minute, you can see that we were due for a magenta peak. So this is the basis for entry on this. I also see that we had divergence over here. And you can see this is my actual entry spot here. It was actually 12.75. I've got a stop up here at 12.90. So all I'm doing is waiting to see if price moves in our direction. Now, it could be that price moves more than what I anticipate for the simple reason on the, let me get rid of this screen, on the 720 you can see we've had a magenta peak, and that may push price down to about 11.34. That will raise up with price, so I'm expecting about 11.50. I'll have to just wait and see how the volume plays out on this, but I do think we might have a nice move off of this one. Okay, as you can see, it's moved a little bit in my direction. I do think it will pull back to this ATR right now, and then I expect it to come down further. I am predominantly trading the 45-minute. I don't really pay attention to the lower time frames as much, other than you can see that the volume increased on the way back to the ATR. It is normal for this to bounce, and I think the bounce is going to end up somewhere around my entry point before it comes back down. So that's what I'm waiting on. And you can see right now we have volume divergence on the 3-minute, just things that I would notice as I'm in this trade. Okay, I'm still in this trade, and you can see that it formed a congestion dot on the 3-minute, and as it went back to that congestion dot, you see the delta flip here. And that tells me, and this is one of the things that I love about the volume indicator, it tells me that as this high was made, sellers actually stepped in and took control of that market. So I have actually lowered my stop on this to 12.85, which means I'm only risking 10 ticks at this point, and I'm still thinking that it's going to come down at least to 12.35. Now we'll have to wait and see if it does that, and it's a 45-minute chart, so you know I entered pretty much on this bar, and it's been 1, 2, 3 45-minute bars so far. That's typical. This is slow trading. It's not fast and quick. If you were fast and quick, you'd be trading off the 3 or the 12, but there's just not enough volatility right now to entice me into these lower time frames. This is the noise that I talk about a lot of times, where I know this is not changing the trend of the 45-minute. It's just noise. And this congestion dot just further confirmed that I was seeing noise and not to pay attention to this little flip of the ATR. Now this is the Alana chart, and I just have it set to 15-minute. Not that I'm trading a 15-minute, but that's what Alana gives me. And you can see that we made a high here at 80, and my stop is at 85. So I've just pulled down my stop a little bit. At this point, I'm only risking 10 ticks. So we'll see what happens. While we're waiting on this trade, you can see we now have one on the British pound, 180-minute chart. We have one on the New Zealand dollar. We have another one on the USD Swiss franc, another one on the USD JPY, another one on the Canadian yen, and another one on the euro yen. So you can see these trades are kicking off all day long. And this is trading higher time frames. It's not even focused on the lower time frames. So you have an overabundance of trades to look at throughout the day, regardless of whether you're trading Forex or futures. Again, you see how the sellers are coming in on this high. As it stands right now, they're also coming in on this high. This is typical behavior. They're actually fooling you into going long when actually they're all going short. So I'm sticking with the trade. I do have a stop at 85, so if it does go against me, I will get stopped out with 10 ticks, but otherwise I'm staying with it. This to me is nothing but noise, and I try to eliminate noise when I'm trading. I can watch it and see it and tell that it's noise because we're forming these congestion areas. It's trying to break the ATR, but it's not able to. There's no real momentum to the upside. So I'm short and I'm leaving it short. Okay, unfortunately I have to end this video because I have a webinar. I am still in the trade. And you can see that here. I have my stop at 85. I'm probably going to pull that down to 80 very shortly, but I am supposed to be in a webinar. I do anticipate this getting to 1256 and maybe lower because we have the magenta peak over on the 720. May actually come in on the 1440 as well, which will push it down, and that's supported by the weekly, which has it at a congestion dot. Unfortunately, I can't continue the video, but you can actually follow the trade and see what happens for the remainder of the day.